You forget that, like, behind the creative people that you speak to, and I bet you've seen this a lot with people you've interviewed, because you've interviewed like quite a vast array of people from different disciplines. Like, I know you've like interviewed wrestlers, and you've interviewed like sort of, you know, people in film and music and whatever. Like, you probably see that, like, they aren't just their craft. Like, they have a very, very wide area of there's a wide area they cover in their human journey, if you want to call it that. But if you just focus on the material they output and then don't think about anything else, I think that's when you see it at its most authentic. So I try, as difficult as it can be sometimes, because, you know, if you find out that like a musician is a wrong un, it's always going to take the music in it. Lost Prophets, great example. Lost Prophets were
Glad you
great.
beat me to that punch, because yeah,
Yeah,
we were all
Lost
thinking
like,
it when you said that.
yeah, of course. Like, here's the thing: Lost Prophets were great. I'm just going to put it out there. Ian Watkins can do one. Fucking awful. Sorry, this conversation took a dark turn, but it's more making a point.
No, but the point about the segregation of the artist versus the art has to be made, because it is a weird, nebulous line to draw, and it's subjective, because ultimately, if you're a professional wrestling fan, sooner or later you're going to come across someone that says Chris Benoit to be in the Hall of Fame. If you're a music fan, you're going to catch someone that has no problems listening to R. Kelly songs even today. Same with comedy. I'm sure there's people that still put on Bill Cosby and try to, you know what I mean? We all have our different moral lines, and it's a hard question, but it ultimately comes down to you as a person, doesn't it?
It's difficult though, because, you know, we always cross these ethical barriers every day of our lives. We choose to drink certain drinks, and like, I have Oatly in my fridge, and when you look at Oatly's ethos, like, or you eat quinoa because you think you're being healthy when it's actually fucking up rainforests in South America. Like, every single day we're making these decisions that we think are right for the greater good, when in fact you actually, you know, if you knew everything about every single piece of art you consumed, every song you listened to, every phone you bought, every drink you drank, every venue you visited, you probably would stay in your house forever. Like, but you can't sort of subject yourself to that sort of pressure all the time. You know what I mean? Like, I know that eating meat is wrong, but I still do it. Like, I've watched Cowspiracy and I've watched What the Health, whatever, but at the same time, I still eat meat. I know that being vegan is the ethical way to go. And I think that I'm making a better decision by drinking. My camera's gone really blurry, sorry. I think I'm making a better decision by drinking Oatly instead of drinking dairy milk, but Oatly is probably worse because of their ethos as a company. Where do you draw the line? You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean that then you should support artists that are nonsense. Like, don't listen to...
100%. There can be a line drawn for your enjoyment, but at the same time, yeah, if it later comes out that someone murdered 10 people, maybe, you know, let them suffer some consequences for that extend beyond, because it's I tell you what, it's not quite the same, but it's the wrestling backwards and forwards between Mason Greenwood that puts it into focus for me. Is that
Mason Greenwood's great? Is a great example. I was just going to touch on that, to be fair.
He's I mean, I'll leave it to you to kind of give your thoughts, but my thoughts were, listen, I understand in the court of public opinion he still face some backlash. In the court of actual legal system, it's failed us. And I'm sorry that it's failed us, but that's when that backwards and forwards between the fans was truly depressing, because it was, yeah, but he could score 15 goals for us. And you go,
yeah, I know.
I think you're looking at things a little bit wrong there, but the legal system's failed. It's up to you guys, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a United fan and stuff, and I only really started getting back into football after the Qatar World Cup and started following United again properly. And I don't really remember Mason. I don't think Mason Greenwood, he might have already been suspended at this point. So I had no interest and I wasn't really that bothered. Then everyone was saying, oh yes, he's a great goal scorer. He's amazing. It's like, yes, so is Haaland, but Haaland is also not a piece of shit. So make your decisions there. Now, here's where I'm at. Like, I don't listen to what people with a MUFC in their Twitter. I don't really care about what they think 99% of the time, but I'm very glad there was such a backlash on the original idea that he was going to come back to the club, because it would be a distraction, and also don't give this guy playing time. He sounds like an awful person. I don't know the full story, so I'll probably keep it at that. But the thing that's worse about this is more United deciding to try and make this not a thing and back him. And only when people started to disagree with it, they said, no, we're not going to have him back at the club. That's really bad, because if we were okay with it and we just like had the wool pulled over our eyes, he'd probably be scoring goals for us now. Probably first in the league, because apparently he was that good. Either way, like, this is the thing, we make these decisions every single day of who we support. You know what I mean? Like, you might have someone that you listen to on a regular basis, or you go to a pub on a regular basis and the guy's beating his wife up every single day. You might know that and still go to that pub because you like that pub. The pub is not the landlord, the pub is the pub. You know what I mean? Like, some people saying they were going to boycott Man United because of Mason Greenwood, but Mason Greenwood is not Man United and Man United is not Mason Greenwood. They are together in a way, but yeah, it's a mad minefield to even consider. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.